Hello YouTube world, and today is finally pumpkin planting day! Yay! So, as I promised, I'll show you how I start my seeds. I do the same thing for the sunflower seeds, and then I do the same thing for the corn. I may or may not do it for the beans. Maybe I'll only soak them for an hour or so. But this is what I do here. I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so what you see on the bottom here are Kakai variety seeds. They have no shell, so I'm growing them specifically to eat the seeds. Actually, the pumpkin is actually quite pretty too, and those will look very nice. To eat it. Those will look very nice in the yard for Halloween. The ones up here are the ones that I've already done. There's only 4 of them. I've got about 8 more to do. And these, typically you'll soak these for at least an hour. These have been longer than an hour because I've had a few interruptions as I've been doing this. The pumpkin seeds that I'm using are the ones that I saved from last year. I'm going to see a shot of those ones. It's what I found out this year, saving the seeds is very, very, very important to make sure that your seeds are dry enough before you pack them away. I had saved some sugar pie pumpkin that I had gotten from the grocery store, an organic sugar pie pumpkin. And the seeds probably aren't going to be any good because you can see little spots of black mold that has grown on them. That's twofold. That's one, because it wasn't dry enough when I stored them away, and 2, the paper that I used is actually a freezer paper that has a plastic coating on the inside of it, and you really don't want to be using plastic of any kind, and that includes the coating that's on the freezer paper that I used. I figured because it was paper, it would be good enough, but you know, I tried to get like maybe a little pack of those small manila envelopes if you want to be saving your own seeds. So if I can prompt this up here, I'll go ahead and show you my technique for the pumpkin seeds. Okay, just grab one of your seeds right here. There you go. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this tip. This is where the root is going to come out. You want to take this tip and you want to remove as much of it as you can without harming or removing too much of the meat that's inside. You're going to want to take a file. This is a normal nail file. You can use a metal one. You can use a disposable one. It doesn't matter. But you're going to be filing it, taking the tip off. And you're going to want to do that. Keep checking it every once in a while because you really don't want to take too much of the meat out. If you remove a little bit of the meat, it's not going to kill anything. But you really don't want to be taking too much of the meat off. See if you can see what I'm doing right here. No? Trying to wait for it to focus. You can see a little bit of the tip being removed. Just keep going after it. This file is actually dulling a little bit because I've already done 4 seeds like this. But it's almost there. It doesn't take too long, really. I mean, if you're impatient, it doesn't... This isn't imperative. It doesn't matter 100%. You can just stick them in the ground and water them. But I like to do this because it gives the water a chance to penetrate the hard shell immediately. You don't have to wait for it to soak in. And then it also gives the root an automatic soft spot to run through. Let's see if you can see, where do I have to put this? You can see the meat in there, and then what I'll do is I'll just take my fingernail and pull a little bit of the shell off the corner there. So now you can see that really well.
Eat,
and then,
eat, don't eat.
No, these ones you don't eat, baby. And then you just pop it in your water. Like I said, at least an hour. These have been sitting there a bit longer. It doesn't harm them to sit there for too long, but you don't want to really put them in overnight or anything like that, because then you run the risk of them running out of oxygen. They do really need oxygen to propagate. And then, Alright, so this is the corn seeds that I started the same way, except of course I didn't take off any hull. I don't have any hard hull to remove. But you don't really want to be handling this too much because there's a lot of bacteria on your hands. And I've only handled this once or twice since I've put them in. And yeah, you can already see some type of something or other growing inside there. But they're just tucked in like this. You can see those ones are sprouting. I'll put those in the ground tomorrow. This has been 2 days. I usually let them sit for 3 days, except for the sunflowers, which I'll only let sit for 2 days because they're pretty fast. And with the sunflowers, I actually snap the seeds. It's like you're going to eat them. But of course you don't take out the flesh or anything like that. You just throw them in the water like I did with the pumpkin seeds. Snap them, throw them in the water, and then tuck them inside their little cocoon right here. Don't seal this, because then they like I said, they do respirate. They do need oxygen, and if you seal it and you leave it in there for too long, it'll run out of oxygen entirely, and they'll either die or they won't sprout. That's my contribution for today. I'll set up another one when we put the seeds, the pumpkin seeds, inside the ground, and I'll show you how they sprout also. Bye-bye.